How's it going? You all good? Nice to have you back here, Neuroform Studios. My name is the Neuroformer. This is Brain Man Virtual Reality Reviews. And it's quite apt that today is a pretty typical British day of drizzle, or as they would say in Scotland, it's a wee bit dreich. Because we're going to explore a game called Fisherman's Tale. Now, the purpose of this particular channel is to help you, whoever you are, you delicious virtual reality fanatics, get more out of your VR kit. Doesn't matter whether you've got an HTC Vive like me, or an Oculus of some description, or a PlayStation VR, although that's a bit shonky. Console's really not powerful enough to drive it, if we're going to be honest, and I've heard that from someone who was actually involved in the original development. But anyway, yeah, it's all about getting you to use your VR kit in a way that improves your sense of immersion. So, without further ado, I promise you that we go and see The Fisherman's Tale, and also I'm going to show you how to storyboard in virtual reality, i.e. plan out what you're going to do if you make your own games using an incredible product called Tilt Brush. So let's get stuck in. What a treat we have in store for you today, ladies and gentlemen. This game is one of those games that has done something truly extraordinary, something that's only possible in virtual reality. You couldn't possibly conceive of it in the real world. Reality just couldn't come up with the goods. So let us go and see what Fisherman's Tale has in store. So this is one which I'm not going in fresh. I've been there before. I had a little look around and I decided that I didn't want to spoil the first couple of lessons for you. I wanted to make sure that you got through those first couple of levels on your own without getting any tips from me. So we're coming in after the first room has been cracked. I don't quite recall where I ended up. Oh. No, that's okay, we can do that. But all I do recall is that I love this game. It's so good. Oh, what am I doing? I forgot to tell you about my top 5 tips. Oh, I might as well do that whilst it's loading up. Where are we? Oh, well, that's not you. That's not very helpful, is it? Where have all the icons gone? Dum, 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 dum. The Fisherman's Tale. There we go. Go. Right. So, yeah, number 1. From me, a brain man, to you, the good people of planet Earth, my first tip is, VR's a thirsty business, always have water to hand. You want to do everything in your power to minimize disruptions to the immersive experience. Number 2, sometimes water just doesn't do it, so cup of tea always comes in handy. Number 3, make sure that you wear loose-fitting clothing, and that if you're in a very hot place, wear just shorts or pants or knickers or whatever it is that you normally wear when you're virtually naked. And if you're in a warmer locale, then at least make sure your arms are bare, because that way you can sweat from your arms or your legs or whatever, not from your forehead. If you sweat from your forehead, then you end up getting steamy lenses, and that ruins everything. It breaks the illusion, distracts you from the world you're in with something annoying. Number 4, move around in your space. Please, if you can move stuff aside, do so to create a play area, because the more you move, the more you feel convinced, the more evidence your brain has to convince you that you really are genuinely in that virtual reality world. And finally, set yourself a limit, because virtual reality is extremely addictive. And you know, I can completely imagine that people will end up spending way too long every single day. Their brain will adapt to the virtual world, become specialized for it, perhaps at the expense of their abilities in reality. So I think everything in moderation. I'm going to set myself a limit of 1 hour every other day. You can set yourself whatever limit you think is appropriate, but just do think about how much is too much. So here we are. There's the lighthouse, where everything takes place, or at least the first level. Here's a compass, so that you know which direction you're facing. And let us continue. So this is one of those games that's beautifully rendered. You may have noticed that my hands were made of wood. That's because I'm a little mannequin. Here we are going into chapter 2. And the wonderful invention in this game is that episode 1 happens in here. Oh, hang on.
Fish fans, and remember, no catch is
Oh,
worth
in here.
risking life and limb, even
So
if
that
it
sound
the
is coming
biggest,
out of
richest, fishiest
this
catch you've
radio.
ever seen. And to all you
Coming in
lighthouse
through my
keepers
right
out there,
ear.
keep those brights on.
Sound coming in
This
through my
one's
left
for
ear.
you.
Positional sound is a very important part of VR, so make sure you got your headphones in. So I cracked various things in here. Now can I see? Whoa, look, so you see there's a lighthouse here and then a bigger one. There's also a small model, and look, oh yeah, you can see me in here. So look, there's another version of you, and then behind it.
How long had it been?
Oh, hello.
It was dusty.
The French
Nasty.
narrator. Nasty and musty. Okay, so now we're going into, I think we were in our little house bit. So this is the house outside the main lighthouse. And now we're going, I finally unlocked this door through a series of challenges. So now we can go out here. So I'm gonna find the edge of the real room. Okay, good. And then teleport to the edge of the virtual reality room. And then, within reason, I can roam around. So this is the bit I was talking about. Rather than teleporting everywhere, now I can sort of feel like I'm here. Try the door.
Upstairs was locked, naturellement. That would have been too easy.
Now this is where I'm going to remember to quickly check the desktop to make sure there are no annoying icons on the screen, which has plagued me somewhat in previous recordings. So, I mean, look how beautifully it's rendered. Look at this. What is this? Is this?
That cannot work.
This cannot work. But what would it do if it did work?
The biggest fish Papa ever caught.
The biggest fish. The biggest fish.
The fisherman had spent all his
Here we
life
go.
trying to learn a catch as big as that.
Finish.
Well, don't you look
Oh.
like a tall drink of water?
You need water. Where's the water for the fish? Is there water in here?
It was still alive. This went against everything he had learned. He had to get the fish some water.
Oh, how about in here? Sardines? Ah, this looks suspiciously like that. I'm going to remember that for later. Nothing in the box. Ah, here's a pail. And here are some pipes. So presumably there is a way of getting water to come. Can I put it in there? No. Where does the water live? Am I being dense? Oh, hang on, here are bottles. Here are some bottles. Oh, can opener. Maybe I can. Is there water in that? Hungry? Okay, water first, water first. Oh, what's this? Oh, here's another tiny thing that looks suspiciously like that. Bear that in mind for later.
Water,
I know I can hear you.
water.
Is there water in here? Oh, nearly pulled my headset off. Oh, this. What am I talking about? Water's in here. So the first thing you do is brush your teeth. That's not a spoiler alert. Oh. Saucepans. Is there? Where does the water live? Not in that tap. Maybe in the small tap? Can I? Oh, what's in there? Oh, come on, brain. Whoa, look, there's Big Me. Hi. So, hi, Big Me. Where can I get water? You see, it's
You
not.
might say they were natural enemies, the fish and the fisherman, but he could not let it die of thirst.
No, of course not. But I just can't work out how to get water out of the sink.
Sham buckets. No water in the tap.
No water in the tap, okay. So maybe I could use a tool to open that. Maybe I could use this to open up the keg. Oh, maybe I need to open...
This section of wall seemed loose. Of
Loose?
course, he had forgotten to glue this part of the model. It was only held down with 2 latches.
Held down with 2 latches. Ah. So, I'm not going to be able to do that. But maybe... Ah. Aha. Aha. Look, there's me. There's giant me. The piece of the wall. So do you get the concept? You can do things in normal space, and then you can do it in miniature space. Like take the bucket and find some water. So I'm guessing that they're taking this off. Can I go down here? Now can I? Come on, people, help me out here. What am I not doing? Okay, hang on, wait. So this looks like it's the right size. Ah, right, so I took it off so I can fix the pipes. Ah. So, oh look, and here's one in here, which I can fix in there. I get it. I need to find sections of pipe. This is one thing I love. Look, I took the lid off of that sardine can, and the miniature version has done the same thing. Okie dokie, so I need a piece of red pipings. Okay, so it's all about find the pipe. So I found any pipe in there? Oh, why not? I can search for things on the miniature zone. Okay, so up here, pipey, very pipey. Oh, wasn't there one in there? Hang on, let's do this in the real world. No, hang on, where was that thing? I opened something there, I opened something there. Oh, hang on, wait, I've put it in the wrong place.
All these broken pipes reminded him of the head of his old boat.
The head of my old boat.
The stench.
Hang on, that's not going to help anything because those pipes don't connect to anything. Okay, right, it's going to be the red ones. That's got to go there, that's got to go there, and I need one more piece of pipe to finish off the reds. Oh,
if only the water
one.
pipes were as strong as that big column in the middle of the room.
Yes, it's that big column in the middle of the room. So hang on, wait. Ah! But hang on, that's going to be way too big. Oh, so it is the column in the middle of the room. So at least I cracked it, but I'm just failing to work out how to get this thing. How do I get it? Oh! How do I get it? You just grab it. Ha ha! It's quite foxing, isn't it? This, in the real virtual, was huge. But here, it's appropriate for piping.
There. Now the water.
So a little one, so the 3 different versions. I had to take that one to the miniature one, and I had to take the one from the small one to here. Okay, I can hear the water running. Right. So let's fill up the bucket and feed our little friend. Oh, what's that? Yeah, the grip button makes your hand go out and back.
Success.
Whoa.
Too much success. Water flooded into the mother. Quick, hold your breath.
Uh-oh.
The water closed over him, and the memories came flooding back. The coldness, the darkness, the ocean tossing and turning him like a rag doll. But wait a minute. Puppets can't drown.
Okay.
No, a bit of water
So I
wouldn't
can
stop
breathe.
this fisherman.
Okay, so... Hang on, so our fishy friend... Are you okay now? Yay!
Water everywhere. But
Go on, matey. Way!
is there anything to eat? I'm hungry.
Hungry? Yeah. Here you go. Here you go. Ah! Don't eat me, mofo.
It seemed Papa had
Hello?
forgotten to feed his
Come on.
stuffed fish.
Food out here.
Here you go.
There must be food. Food.
Here, you idiot.
Who are you, oh noble fish? And do you know how to reach the top of the lighthouse?
Here you go.
The fisherman asked.
I'm a big-eyed tuna. My eyes are even bigger than my stomach. And if you want to go upstairs, my little amuse-bouche, well, you'll have to feed me first.
Feeding you. How many
There
times
must
do
be
you feed
food
you?
out here.
Nothing? I'll starve. Any second now, I shall succumb to hunger. If only you find me some
Hello,
food.
it's here. Come on.
They smelled vintage. But a stuffed fish could hardly be.
Yay!
But
Happy?
Good. But I need more.
More.
Bigger.
Bigger?
These are just appetizers. I want the main course.
Main course.
Bigger.
Bigger. Oh! Right. If you want bigger, then I'm gonna, if I feed this to the little one, there you go, mate.
chew on that.
Yes, my friend.
A bone. A fish bone.
Oh no.
It's stuck in my throat.
What next? It seemed the fish had choked
Ah!
on its own
Ah!
tide. And also
Whoa, look at the big one!
Virtual vibe sound.